Internationally, we continue to keep an eye on the increasing tensions in Myanmar. Protesters are out on the street today for the fourth day in a row. Clashes are being reported in cities across the country. Protesters are rallying against last week's military coup and demanding power be restored to the civilian government of de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi. She was arrested February 1st along with dozens of other parliamentarians. Now, Dominic Velitis is monitoring developments from Bristol, England. Those security forces, Dom, are coming down hard on the demonstrators we're seeing in those pictures. What is the latest out of Myanmar today?
Yeah, as you say, Heather, this is the fourth consecutive day of protests in cities across the country. Let's start this morning, though, in the capital, Naypyidaw, where it looks like there has been an escalation in the type of force used against protesters there. Police first used water cannon to try and break up the crowds in the city, but when they refused, police reportedly first fired warning shots into the air. After that, we're told they then fired rubber bullets at the crowds, and we understand that at least 3 people were hurt as a result. We've had reports, though, of clashes between police and protesters elsewhere in the country this morning, Heather. In Bago, which is just northeast of the commercial hub of Yangon, police reportedly used water cannon there against the crowds. And then in Mandalay, which is Myanmar's second largest city, local media there is reporting that at least 27 protesters, including a journalist, have been arrested. Heather.
And what is the latest from the international community in all of this, Dom? Certainly many leaders have condemned the coup over the past few days.
Yeah, they have indeed. Western governments and Western institutions have widely condemned the coup, which was carried out last week. The US, the UK, Australia, the European Union and the United Nations among them. A slightly more muted response, though, Heather, from neighbouring countries like Cambodia, Thailand and the Philippines, which have described the recent takeover as an internal matter. China, meanwhile, Heather, has gone completely the opposite way, even blocking a UN Security Council resolution condemning the coup. But little concrete action has been taken by those countries, Heather, which have spoken out. That said, Canada does appear to be considering a range of options. Yesterday, the CBC caught up with Canada's ambassador to Myanmar, Francois Lafrenière. Here's what he had to say.
At this point, we are still working on diplomacy, but other options are being explored. Of course, we're not the only country looking at that. We're trying to do the best we can to move the situation in a positive direction.
At the moment, though, Heather, New Zealand is the only country that has taken concrete action. It has suspended all high-level political and military contacts and imposed a travel ban on the country's leadership, while saying it is taking steps now to ensure that aid does not benefit the military in any way at all. Heather.
Thank you, Dominic. Dominic Velitis from Bristol, England.